Well, every journey begins with the first step, and the first step to 60 home runs came against Jose Barrios. That was the first home run of the year for Aaron Judge. And by the way, Barrios is starting tonight for the Toronto Blue Jays. And it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Toronto Blue Jays in the middle game of a three-game set from Rogers Center in Toronto. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball, along with Paul O'Neill and David Cohn. I'm Michael Kay. Other than the Aaron Judge pursuit of 61, there's a lot going on. If the Yankees win tonight against the Blue Jays, they clinch the American League East. And for the Blue Jays, their magic number is 3 to clinch a spot in the playoffs in the American League. So there's a lot going on other than the chase for Roger Maris's 61. So that means that the 10th inning last night when the Yankees lost the game 3-2, that was a big inning. And Paul, there's a lot to unpack with that inning.
Wow, Aaron Judge coming up, chasing history. He's going to have a huge at-bat in the top of the 10th. No, he's not. John Schneider says, walk him. We're not going to let Aaron Judge beat us. And it actually worked out for the Blue Jays. Mrs. Judge didn't like it. She wanted to see her son hit. But Rizzo had a pretty good game at the plate, ends up grounding out. And then the Blue Jays get their shot in the bottom of the 10th after a couple hard hit balls. Another one. Guerrero rips one to left. Blue Jays go home happy with a win at the bottom of the 10th. And if you want to move in, Michael, you better call, because that's Vlad's house.
It's his house, but Aaron Judge would certainly love a sublet tonight. He has gone 6 games without a homer. His longest streak this year, 9 games. He's had a 7-game streak and the other 6-game streak as well. So this is nothing unusual right now for Aaron Judge. We told you Barrios is starting for the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup in this one. Barrios has not pitched as well as they thought he was going to pitch when they gave him that long-term contract. Well, Jameson Taillon has pitched very well for the Yankees, 13-5, an ERA under 4. He's been the man.
Oh, he has been very consistent. You know what you're going to get from Jameson Taillon. A lot of strikes. He's going to lead with his fastball, and then when he gets ahead, he's going to drop the deuce on you because he's got a good high-spinning curveball. And when he throws it well and gets ahead, it's not hittable. As you see right there, they either take it for a strike or they're going to swing and miss it. So that's the thing with Jameson Taillon. No messing around and a really good curveball.
This will be his 6th start against Toronto. So he started in every single series. In the previous 5, an ERA of 2.67, a strikeout per inning, just 3 walks, and he's held them to just 2 home runs while they hit 245 against him. Now, you know all of the stuff about how big these games are. You're tuning in for this guy. You want to see number 61. Admit it. You want to see number 62. Settle back because he's leading off in the top of the 1st inning. Can he do it then? Aaron Judge against the Blue Jays coming up next. On the steps to take his seat for tonight's game, and he sees Aaron's mom, Patty, and they have a nice warm hug as they spent all of yesterday during the game sitting next to each other as she's rooting on her son to tie Roger's dad with 61 home runs. And Aaron Judge will lead off here in the top of the 1st. Let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. TikTok taught me. Aaron Judge in center field leads off. That is Anthony Rizzo at 1st, Gleyber Torres at 2nd. Cleaning up, 3rd baseman Josh Donaldson. Giancarlo Stanton, the DH, will bat 5th. Batting 6th, the right fielder Oswaldo Cabrera. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, the shortstop, at 7th. Batting 8th and catching Kyle Higashioka. And Aaron Hicks is in left field, and he is going to bat 9th. And Aaron Judge will start it off. He has gone 6 games without a home run, but he's facing a pitcher who has allowed 1.62 home runs per 9 innings pitched, and that's the highest rate of any major league pitcher that qualifies for that honor. And in his career, Judge is 8 for 20 against Jose Barrios with 2 home runs, including, as we showed you at the start, the first home run of this season. That was on April 13th at Yankee Stadium. And he also had a home run against him while Barrios was with the Twins, and that was in the American League wild card game. So does that give you a little hope? We shall see, because a lot of people are saying, well, he's in a slump. He's really not in a slump when you consider he's 5 for 18 in the 6 games, 3 doubles, 8 walks, and a 944 OPS. So a lot of people would wish for that sort of slump. He just hasn't hit a home run.
Yeah, and the Yankees won 6 straight before losing last night's game as well.
Well, for those of you tuning in from around the country, hoping to see Aaron Judge's 61st home run. Welcome to the Yes Network and our coverage of the chase for 61 and Yankee baseball, of course. So here comes Judge to give it another go against Barrios. Yankees lost yesterday 3-2 in 10 innings. And in the 10th inning, with an opportunity to possibly put the Yankees ahead, Aaron Judge was intentionally walked. Another big crowd on hand here for a Tuesday night in Toronto. The roof is closed. Some inclement weather in the area. So it makes sense that they close the roof, as it was yesterday as well. So here he is. You root for the Yankees, but you're really rooting for this guy over the last week or so to hit this home run and tie Roger Maris at 61. Both ready, and here's the pitch. Fouled straight back, 0-1. Judge with 60 home runs, 128 runs batted in. The 0-1. Missed inside, 1-1. The home plate umpire tonight is Ryan Wills. Brian O'Nora at first, Trip Gibson at second. Laz Diaz is over at third. Got the breaking ball in there for a strike, 1-2. Three infielders on the left side for Judge. Outfield shifts toward the right. And the 1-2 pitch. 2-2.
Yeah, Barrios really leans on that slider late in the count, getting ahead of Aaron Judge. You're going to see a lot of those breaking balls, a lot of the sliders. It's a big reason why he does give up home runs, though, hanging breaking balls.
So a 2-2 count on Judge leading off this game. And the right-hander kicks and deals. Outside, 3-2. Now, throughout all this, Judge has not chased. He's only swung at 14 of 65 pitches outside the zone. That's below his average and the major league average. 3-2. Hit sharply and caught by Chapman, one away. So he hit it on the screws, but right at the third baseman.
Jose Barrios on the season, his 31st start. He posts up. He's not running away from it, but that's a tough year. No two ways about it across the board. 29 homers, jumps off that page. And our pitcher scouting report, big home runs, home and versus road splits though. 3.98 ERA at home and a 7-1 record, and a 6.75 ERA on the road. And lefty O'Doul's, that's his, had trouble with lefties this year too. 878 OPS versus left-handed batters.
Grounded foul.
We saw the 29 home runs. He's given up a 642 slugging percentage against his four-seam fastball this year, as well as those hanging sliders that Paulie talked about earlier. So it's been a tough go for Jose Barrios, and in particular on the road. Much better here at the Rogers Center, though.
You know, David Cohn and I ran into Roger Maris Jr. last night after the game, and we had an extended conversation with him, and it was interesting what he said about Judge. That one's driven to right field and deep. Going back, Hernandez, he has room in the corner, and he makes the play. And Maris said up to the 60th home run, the crowd was being what the crowd would be. They're cheering him, they're cheering through the at-bat. But when it got to 60, what happened was it became different. He said they would cheer when he would come up, and then it would get like a tennis match right before the pitch was thrown. He goes, and that changes the way a player is taking in his environment. And now you come to Toronto and they're quiet completely. They're not even cheering him. So obviously different situations for Aaron to deal with.
Yeah, it's well said, Michael. And he also has great admiration for Aaron Judge, and feels like he has a similar personality that his father had. Very understated, very classy.
Now, he thought that this could happen because he spent the entire homestand in the Bronx waiting for the 61st there, but he had the presence of mind to pack his passport. So when the Yankees headed to Toronto, he was able to go. He's the only member of his family who has made it. So he will be here throughout, and he said he really hopes not that he's rooting against Aaron to get a home run here, but he hopes that it's done in New York. The 0-2. 1-2.
I don't know if you've noticed, but it seems like Aaron Judge's first at-bats of the game have been really good. A bullet last night, hard hit ball, and then it's almost like the stress starts building as his bats build throughout the game. So let's monitor how that goes tonight.
One more game here in Toronto after tonight, then an off day Thursday, 3 games against the Orioles at Yankee Stadium, and 4 games in 3 days in Arlington, Texas against the Rangers. Swing and a miss. Torres down on strikes. So the Yankees go down in order against the Blue Jays right-hander. Yankees nothing, and the Blue Jays coming to bat. Well, it's time for the Blue Jays to take their swings against Jameson Taillon. Here's their starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. TikTok taught me. George Springer in center field leads off. It's Bo Bichette playing shortstop, batting second. Hitting third, getting half the night off as the DH. It's Guerrero. Then Kirk, Chapman, and Hernandez in the middle. Bottom third, Tapia, Merrifield, and Biggio getting the start and playing first base.
And Jameson Taillon towing the slab up here at the Rogers Center, and this will be his 31st start. And he really has, as well as Barrios, posted up, taking the ball whenever he's asked. And the scouting report with a little bit more, a classic strike thrower. He's had 12 starts with 0 walks. That's second only to Corey Kluber, who has 15 of those. That high spin curveball we showed you in the pregame, and he leaves them on base with runners in scoring position. Really good numbers.
And Springer takes low, 1-0.
Just a 165 batting average against Taillon with runners in scoring position this year.
Driven out to center field and deep. Judge back, turning, looking, see ya. A leadoff home run for Springer. 1-0 Toronto.
That's no secret that George Springer is a fastball hitter. His 24th of the year. You get behind, you try to throw a strike. Springer comes into the game ready for that fastball day in and day out.
Loud sound, dead central.
Aaron Judge giving up on that ball early, and that means as an outfielder, you know it's gone. So that ball well hit, way up on the tarp by George Springer.
9th leadoff home run of the year for Springer, and 52nd of his career. Oh, and 2 on Bichette. So Taillon had only allowed 2 home runs over his first 5 starts against Toronto, and now gets hit with a home run in his first batter faced. Right on the hands, fouled away.
No cheapie either. That ended up 431 feet to dead center. But he got all of it.
Swing and a miss. He gets it by Bichette, 1 away. Take a look at the Yankees defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State GMC dealers. You have Hicks in left, Judge is in center, and the rookie Cabrera is in right. Infield, Donaldson, Kiner-Falefa, Torres, and Rizzo. Third to first, Higashioka behind the plate. Taillon is on the mound. Well, with the game on the line and the runner in scoring position in the bottom of the 10th inning and 2 outs, the Yankees elected to pitch to this man, Vlad Guerrero, and Alejandro Kirk was on deck. And after the game, Aaron Boone said it was a case of pick your poison. Now, some might say that Guerrero, a near MVP last year, might be more venomous than Kirk, but they took their chance with Guerrero, and the first pitch he sees, he lines in the left field to win the game. And although Kirk is a very, very good player, his numbers are not as good as Guerrero's numbers. A lot of people have mentioned, well, why didn't you walk them both to load the bases? But then you're putting a premium on Schmidt throwing strikes to Chapman with the bases loaded.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of walking the bases loaded unless you absolutely have to. I think that's what Aaron Boone was looking for, those kind of swings on those kind of breaking balls from that Clark Schmidt can feature. Weren't counting on him to sort of leave one right over the heart of the plate in the first pitch. You look for him to kind of work over Guerrero and multiple looks and breaking balls out of the zone, and it just never materialized.
Two and two. For Guerrero, is his third walk-off hit in his career, all of them coming this year. So despite having a near MVP season last year, didn't have a walk-off. And in 46 games against the Yankees, 314, 12 homers, and 30 ribbies. Laid off that pitch, 3 and 2.
We really noticed it last night, how Guerrero can really miss a breaking ball away, but then as the count goes on, once he's seen it, he's very good at laying off of it late in the count.
Swing and a miss. Got him on that curveball. 2 away. It's time now for the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Wow, are the good luck charms? The Yankees and the Jays are both 22-8 when Taillon and Barrios start, and that leads the American League. Two luckiest pitchers in the league, and another shot. Well, the Yankees got another shot to win the American League East tonight with a win and a good matchup. Michael, you kind of touched on it. Barrios gives up more home runs than anybody else in the major leagues per 9 innings, so can't leave a scouting report or keys without Aaron Judge. See if he can continue to throw some home runs up against Barrios.
1-0 to Kirk. Kirk will work a pitcher. He'll take a walk. He has 11.7% walk rate, which is the 10th best in the American League. So you look at his batting average of .292, he gets on base more than that. Two and one.
Yeah, Kirk's always been a good hitter, and he got a lot of time catching this year with Jansen going down, Jansen back. Now Kirk is mixing in a lot of DH, but he actually started the All-Star game as a catcher. First time in Blue Jays history that a catcher started the All-Star game.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Popped up. Shallow right center. Right there is Torres. He puts it away, and that'll do it. Well, there was a home run in the first inning. Just not the one you were looking for. 1-0 Toronto. Take a look at the Blue Jays defense spelled the way they spell it here in Canada. Brought to you by your local Tri-State GMC dealers. Tapia, Springer, and Hernandez left to right in the outfield. Infield, Chapman, Bichette, Merrifield, and Biggio. Third to first, Kirk's behind the plate, catching Barrios. Middle third of the Yankee order, 4, 5, and 6. Here's the cleanup batter, Josh Donaldson. You know, you can look at this Yankee season of 2022 and really say, thrill a minute. Yesterday was the 11th walk-off loss they've had this year. That's the most of any team in the major leagues. And they've also had 16 walk-off wins, which is the most in the major leagues. So you've got a lot of abrupt endings during the season, and then also you've got Aaron Judge putting together a season for the ages.
I can tell you the guy who coined the term walk-off is not happy about all this. It's not the way that he created it to be. That was Dennis Eckersley. A walk-off is a bad thing. It's when you're on the mound and you serve it up and you got to walk off the mound with a loss. It was never meant to be a good thing.
Swing and a miss. Late swing there by Donaldson.
Good pitch to hit.
To me, Donaldson really sits on pitches. That's just looking for a breaking ball right there. Fastball by you, no chance. And I see a lot of the Yankee hitters, the more I watch, that seem to be just sitting and looking for specific pitches in certain counts.
Yeah, guessing right there, big time. Well, here you go, Michael. This is a walk-off. This is a true walk-off. Dauber down, hung the pitch. Not feeling. I had a few of those myself. I know that feeling. You don't know what to do.
It's like a long walk.
The other team's running on the field. You got nowhere to go. You just got to walk to the shower.
Grounded to short, Bichette. And then, I mean, you got to get off the property, too, because you got Guerrero screaming, it's my house, so
exactly.
You can't be there.
You got to get out of the way because the other team's going nuts.
Dennis Eckersley, and with that term, I mean, he was a Hall of Famer, so he didn't have too many. The one that obviously a lot of people remember was Kirk Gibson in the World Series with the gimpy leg and the home run to right field.
And the one thing I will always remember about that night, and I was covering it for a newspaper, is that after the game, he stood in front of his locker and answered every question for over an hour. Same questions over and over, wave after wave. And I saw the same thing with Mariano in 2001. Just stood there and answered every single question. Two and one. Now they use walk-off in football, field goal that wins a game.
Yes, they just stole it, co-opted it.
Lined into center field. It's a base hit for Cabrera.
Well, you're really starting to see the type of hitter that Cabrera is. He uses the whole field. Couple good at-bats last night, lining the ball to the left field. This ball right back up the middle. He's shown a little power. We've talked about it, how he really uses his bottom half to just like squeeze that bat out in front and create some power.
Kind of a classic left-handed style swing. Good low ball hitter.
Foul back.
I think there's a bigger crowd here tonight, Michael. Definitely.
Yep. Last night just over 34. This looks like more. Murillo 7 for 7, by the way. First pitch strikes. Getting ahead. Chasing back Cabrera. His momentum almost carried him off. He kept connection with the bag, though. Let's take a look at the home plate umpire, Ryan Wills. Well, he is hitter friendly, much to Paul's delight. Third big league season. Very few high strikes. Fewer inside strikes on left-handed batters. So Paul's perfect ump.
I tell you what, that's about as good as it gets right there. I hated the ball coming in on my hands. So yeah, if you're not going to give him that pitch, well, you just lean out over the plate just a little bit more.
It'll be a tough play if it stays fair, but it kicks foul.
That was just an awful scouting report in my mind.
Why's that?
You need that inside corner to lefties. You need that pitch.
You know that little red emoji that looks like the mad face, Michael?
Yep.
That was Coney right there when
Did not like that scouting report. Did not like that at all.
Well, you know what we should do now for the umpire scouting reports? Have like Coney and O'Neill and see which one has the mad face emoji.
Yes.
Maybe we could do that tomorrow.
I'm glad we're coming up with this stuff, Mike. We're running out of time. We're going to have it all perfected by the last game in Texas, right?
Yeah, and then we have to start all over again.
Right.
Just missed with that pitch, 1-2. See, he is hitter friendly. Very hitter friendly.
Wow.
Swing and a miss. Kiner-Falefa down on strikes. 3 strikeouts for Barrios in 2 innings. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Toronto. Well, enjoy the postseason chase with the MLB app with coverage of in-game highlights, pitch-by-pitch features, select live broadcast coverage, and more. You won't miss a beat. Download the MLB app today. Chapman fouls off the first pitch. 0-1. Now, Paul, we have a lot of announcers on our staff, and I think every single one of us knows that David Cohn is the teacher's pet. That John J. Filippelli likes David most, and more proof of that today. A couple of weeks ago, David goes and gets hip replacement surgery. So what does Flip do today? He goes and gets hip replacement surgery, and he's doing great. The surgery went very, very well, and he's watching the game in the hospital. He'll be released tomorrow, and he did it because you did it.
Wow. It's the best thing I've done, so I'm sure his will go well. They figured that one out. The hip surgery thing, they got that one figured out.
Well, get better quickly, Flip, and you can turn up the TV now. So if we mess up, we don't get yelled at. Two and two on Chapman.
I always thought O'Neill was the teacher's pet.
No, I think it's you. He really likes you a lot. Ground ball to short. IKF. Very close as Chapman hustling down the line, points to the dugout. He thinks he might have beaten it out. Brian O'Nora actually had to avoid the runner and make the call. Ooh, is that close? Right there is the benefit on a routine ground ball running hard to first, because the next time there's a ground ball by Chapman, the throw might be rushed because they know he's going to run really hard to first. Teoscar Hernandez, bases loaded, hit a double off the wall in center field. He stood at home plate the entire flight of the ball thinking it was out, and would have been thrown out at second if the Yankees had noticed that, but they tried to make the play at home. But no harm, no foul. No further runs scored after that. So Springer with a home run in the first inning has given the Blue Jays a 1-0 lead, and of more concern though, the most home runs allowed in the major league since July 1st. Garrett Cole 19, Jameson Taillon 17. They're 1-2, according to Max Goodman of Sports Illustrated.
Oh, right down on top of the foot. What's that feel like, Paul?
And it hurts, then it goes numb, and then I used to love it when Stevie and Gina would run out to check you. It's like, you know what? You're wasting time, because the longer we go, the more it's starting to hurt. So just go back to the dugout, let me get this at bat in, and then we'll worry about my foot.
You just must have been a joy for Gino. 2-2. He waves at that one. Down goes Teoscar Hernandez. Third strikeout for Taillon.
Well, how do you see, Coney, somebody, you know, a veteran-like pitcher like Taillon, all of a sudden, what is the last 5-6 games, he just has done something different to make that curveball better, huh?
Yeah, both his curveball and his slider. He's got a breaking ball package now that he can put together and a couple of different weapons to go to that are both really sharp.
Next inning, the third inning, Aaron Judge will bat third. Grounded to short. Kiner-Falefa throws, got him. Tapia thinks he was safe, but no one else does. So a nice play by IKF, throwing across the body. And you make the decision. Is he out? Yes, he is. Third inning coming up. Well, this fall on Yes, seasons will collide as the Yankees make their final push to the playoffs and the Brooklyn Nets tip off a new campaign. All eyes will be on Yes as Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and Ben Simmons headline one of the most exciting teams in the NBA. First preseason game is Monday, October 3rd at 7:30 against the Sixers, streaming live on the Yes app. Kyle Higashioka jumps on the first pitch and lines it to center. A leadoff single for the Yankee catcher here in the third.
Higgy, you know, you have personal goals, and Higgy obviously expected much more offensively. You see a great swing line drive up the middle. He had an unbelievable spring training. But all of a sudden, you know, you've got, what, 9 games left. You might play 3 or 4 of them, and you come into this game hitting .204. Cody, you know as well as I do as a hitter, man, you really want to stay above that Mendoza line, that 200 line for the rest of this year.
Yeah, he had to climb to get up to there.
So here's Hicks, who's been hitting a lot better over his last 6 games, 7 for 18 with 2 home runs and 3 ribbies, 7 runs scored. And there's a strike, and he's playing himself back into consideration to see some playoff time.
Especially with Benintendi questionable about being ready or not. Cabrera pushing him.
It's time for the Honda home run leaders. 29 home runs allowed this season for Barrios. Second most in the American League. Garrett Cole leads with 31.
He's given up 11 here at Rogers Center, and 18 of those home runs were given up on the road.
Chopped against the shift, a foul ball. Whole left side of the infield, most of it was open, and Hicks tried to take advantage.
That would have been a thing of beauty right down the line. You know who would eat up this shift, Paulie? Is Tony Fernandez. Great Blue Jay, played for the Yankees. He had that little butcher boy. He'd kind of walk up and slash it to left field, and he was the best I ever seen at that.
Yeah, try to act like he was bunting, and then they hit a double down the left field line.
Boom.
High fly ball, right center. Springer on the run, on the track. He's there to make the play. Higashioka scurries back to first.
Boy, Conor, we talked the other night about just a fraction of an inch that is a difference as you see Aaron Judge walking to the plate, and that's what Aaron Hicks was right there, right on it, just did not quite square it up.
For those tuning in from around the country to see Aaron Judge's at bat, we welcome you, and we welcome you to the Yes Network. Judge hit a hard line drive to Chapman leading off the game at third base. This is the Yankees' 154th game, and that is the length of the season before 1961. He's at 60 home runs, tied with Babe Ruth for the second most in American League history. Chop foul. Luis Rojas with the play. Now in 1961, Roger Maris hit his 59th home run of the year off Baltimore's Milt Pappas. That was in his 155th game. So obviously Judge still ahead of Maris's pace. 1-1.
That was strange, Michael. I did read about that today. And in 1961, the American League, because of the number of teams, played the 162, where the National League, only had 8 teams, so they played 154. The next year, both leagues played the same. But that would be a strange thing to have one league playing a different amount of games.
Here's the 1-1. Missed outside. There's Roger Maris Jr. Sitting a seat apart from Patty Judge, Aaron's mom. Count 2-2. Higashioka at first, and a 2-2 count on Judge. Just missed the outside corner, so another 3-2 count on Aaron Judge. Tried to get him with the changeup. So a good take by Judge. Each and every Yankee wants this to happen. Three-two. Low, and he walked him. So the Yankee fans in the crowd with some boos that Judge has walked, but that's just a testament that he is not expanding his strike zone, despite obviously looking to get home run number 61. That was low.
You just don't know how hard it is as a hitter when you're anxious. You want things to happen, and you take back-to-back changeups outside the strike zone, and you're willing to take a walk.
There's Anthony Rizzo. So for Judge, his 102nd walk of the year, and there's a strike to Rizzo. Now Bonds, when he hit 73 home runs, he walked 177 times.
Now that we look back on Bonds and all those walks and intentional walks, that led to a lot of runs.
Ground ball and through for a base hit. Higashioka rounds third. He's coming home. Hernandez will flip the ball a second. Judge moves to third. It's an RBI single for Rizzo, and the game is tied at 1.
Well, it's right on point there, Coney. I mean, the extra walk, you move Higashioka, and he scores on a single. So it's just, kind of keep the line moving. I know if you're Aaron Judge, you're anxious to try to hit one in the seats. But a pretty good piece of hitting by Rizzo to cover that ball going down and away, and just finds a hole on the right side of the infield.
That ball had eyes. Beat the shift.
In The Athletic, they did a deep dive on how the shift, the outlawing of the shift next year is going to affect baseball. And they say that one of the players that will benefit the most from the shift not being allowed is Anthony Rizzo, who's lost a lot of points on his average hitting into that shift with a guy in short right field. There's a base hit up the middle. Judge will score. Rizzo will stop at second. Gleyber Torres with an RBI single, and the Yankees take a 2-1 lead.
Well, this in the last couple of weeks, Gleyber Torres is really starting to put the pedal to the metal to really try to end the season on a high note. And another good at bat, another ball hit hard up the middle, finds a hole, another run for the Yankees.
And that base hit brings Pete Walker, the pitching coach, out to the mound to talk with Barrios.
Confidence is so fleeting in this game. Even the best players, Paulie, you've seen it, even from Hall of Famers. And the look on Gleyber Torres' face right now, his whole body language, completely different from what we saw in August.
Well, Barrios continues to throw strikes, 12 for 12 first pitch strikes, but the Yankees have 3 hits and a walk in this inning, and they've taken a 2-1 lead. And here's Josh Donaldson. One and 0.
Kind of the walk to Judge kind of set up this inning a little bit. If you go back and deconstruct this inning as it's still going on with only 1 out. If you go back and look at all those walks to Barry Bonds back in the day, analytics told a different story now. That's why it's kind of unpopular to do intentional walks. Buck Showalter walked him with the bases loaded one time.
I remember that. Ended the game with a line drive to the right field, and he looked like a hero after that. Huh?
Lucky.
1-1. 1-2 on Donaldson.
Still a game of failure. The old line of you get a hit 3 times out of 10 and you're in the Hall of Fame. You're a 300 hitter. Still a pretty good chance to get even the best hitters out.
Swing and a miss. Again, he got him with a fastball where he's late, and what Paul was saying, looks like he's guessing on something else.
Yeah, it looks like with 2 strikes. I mean, he's looked at Barrios, and the percentages might say off-speed pitch. Well, he's got 2 fastballs, and they both have been by him.
Yeah, ball's in the glove.
So here's Stanton. Stanton is 1 for 13 since that walk-off home run that he had in the game where Aaron Judge hit his 60th home run. So 1 for 13 with 7 strikeouts. And the Yankees need him to get right before the playoffs. 1-1.
Well, Michael, when we go back to that game, I mean, there's certain games that stick out, but that had to be by far the most exciting inning for the Yankees this year, right?
It was pretty special. I mean, how often do you get history made and then a walk-off hit?
You know, it made history happy too, because Aaron Judge was, you know, we talked about it. He came out for a very small little curtain call, but at the time losing. But then with the grand slam, it just made it a magical night.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Strike 3, Stanton down looking. 5th strikeout for Barrios, but the Yankees take the lead. 2 runs, 3 hits, a walk, 2 men left. The end of 2.5, 2-1 Yanks. Amtrak. Book your next trip in the Northeast early and save up to 50%. Go to Amtrak.com to book your next adventure today. By the world-leading neck and back experts from Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian. Stay amazing. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. And by G2 by Pilot, helping to write the next chapter in New York Yankees history. Rance Mulliniks made it into the gallery of stars.
Great guy.
Head into an inning.
Yeah, great guy.
And there's the Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. Whit Merrifield leads off the bottom of the 3rd. I mean, if you really want to decipher all the pictures that we show, you're essentially reliving our producer Troy Benjamin's life. These are people he liked growing up as a Yankee fan in the Bronx, and that's what we're seeing.
Love it. That's one of my favorite things that we've added the last couple of years. I think that is so cool to bring back those memories of who's been there before.
When I got traded to the Blue Jays from the Mets in '92, Rance Mulliniks was the guy who took me under his wing.
Really?
Yes. Showed me around Toronto, took me out.
So was he to you what you were to David Wells?
Kind of.
Wow. Ground ball. Nice play by Donaldson. Throw to first. And it's not handled there by Rizzo. Tough ball to handle. So reaching is Merrifield.
Boy, makes a great grab here and then tries to make an athletic throw off his knees. Just off target a little bit, just out of the reach of Rizzo.
Gold glove caliber play if he pulls it off. That's the kind of third base that Donaldson's played this year.
So here's Biggio. It's a single for Merrifield.
You know, Michael, you get scouting reports when you get traded. Can you imagine Rance Mulliniks with the scouting? You're going to take David Cone under your wings, and he's going to look at the scouting report. Boy, what have I got myself into, huh?
You know, you bring up a great point, and that's the beauty of David, because he surprises you every day. Now, if you take a look at Rance Mulliniks, this is not the profile of somebody I think is showing David the nightlife.
Oh, I'm telling you, he was sneaky, that guy.
Really?
Yes. Sneaky good teammate.
Wow.
Yes. He knew how to hide, how to stay out of trouble, where to go.
So he didn't teach you that.
Well, he did a 92 here in this town.
Wow, the old saying, you can't judge a book by its cover.
Don't judge Rance. Mully knew what to do.
That is great stuff. That's kind of information you get here on the S Network.
The only thing they had in common, Michael, they both wore glasses. That was about it. Then we'll go from there.
I don't think David wore glasses then.
Not yet.
It's a recent occurrence. 1-1.
Just trying to be like his idol Rance. That's all.
There he is. You can see the influence of Rance there on the left, and then how tired he looks on the right, because he's dealing with David Wells.
Look how high your arm is there with Toronto, Coney. You dropped it a little bit. That helped you?
That was a loss of skill.
Every once in a while, you just got to tell the truth, right, Coney? It's just like it happened that way, huh?
That's what you call diminished skills. It happens with age.
The 1-2. 2-2. Runner goes. Ball foul back.
You kind of scratch your head as you see Biggio at the plate, and he did come in last night as a pinch hitter, but he kind of lost his job this year. And Santiago Espinal kind of took it, who has just gone on the IL recently, but he was marked for stardom as Bichette, Vlad Jr., but he has struggled. I mean, coming into the game 2-0-2 has just not offensively been the player they thought they were going to get.
And he goes down looking. Fourth strikeout for Taillon.
Nice job by Higashioka back there. Big breaking curveball, but it stays away. Hickey's real quiet to go out and quietly still present it. Get the call. That's where it all started, right there.
Look, you're taking notes there too, David.
That was I
right
just
down
showed
where
up.
they were going.
That was my first night. I got you, bro.
Now that is old school, Coney, when the starting pitcher for the next day would keep the board and the pitching You know, that's not done anymore. But that was your job there, to chart all the pitches.
Who's that in the middle?
That's Todd Stottlemyre.
Yeah.
And that Jack
Morris
on the left?
Jack Morris on my right.
So when you got traded from the Blue Jays to the Yankees in '95, who played the role of Rance Mullins?
I didn't need anybody there.
By then?
Yeah, I didn't. No.
Cody was a seasoned veteran by then.
I was back home.
1-0 on Springer, who hit a home run leading off the first inning. 2-0. (3-0) on Springer. Top of this order is a tough one to navigate for a pitcher. Springer, Bichette, Guerrero, Kirk. (2-1) Yankees were in the bottom of the third inning. See if they green light George Springer. He did. Grounded foul.
Coney, we kind of touched on it last night. I mean, top to bottom, hitter-wise. I mean, this is one of the stronger, if not the strongest team in the American League. I mean, they can be dangerous. You talked about, you know, you've got two top flight starters in Gausman and Manoah, but then there's kind of a hole. Who you going to go to? You got a good closer, but how do you get to the closer? So there are some questions, but they do have some strength, and that's the ability to score runs.
High fly ball, shallow center. Backing up is Gleyber Torres, coming on Cabrera, and he takes the fly ball for the second out, taking charge out there.
I mean, Cabrera, he has stated that he's a little more comfortable in right than he is left at this point. But you know what this does? It just shows you how confident he is. I mean, it's very easy as a right fielder to take this for granted, kind of jog in. But as an outfielder, anytime you can call a middle infielder off, much easier play coming towards the infield.
Nice little comeback by Tyone, too, down 3-0 there. A little sinker in, then a cutter away to get a tough hitter in Springer.
Here's Bo Bichette. Fly ball, right center. Judge is there and puts it away for the final out. No runs a hit. One man left on base. 3 in the books. 2-1 Yanks. Well, it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And tonight's picture was submitted by Barbara. Her son Maddox is getting ready to catch Aaron Judge's next big home run. Got the hand out there ready to go. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Cabrera fouls it off. 4th inning underway. Now, every time Aaron Judge comes up, you see the home plate umpire gets a new batch of baseballs, and they're all marked. And Meredith, you've done some digging about this. What exactly is going on there?
Well, they're actually handwritten as short code with numbers and letters that are on each individual ball. They won't let you obviously take any pictures of them or see them because they don't want anybody to know what it is. They don't want them duplicated, but they are supposedly handwritten on each individual ball.
So if somebody catches that ball and it goes back to Aaron Judge, there's actually writing on the ball other than 61st home run, 62nd home run.
Correct.
Wow.
They need to know which ball it is.
And I was kind of interested in if you look at those balls, and it is weird, you know, with memorabilia and the amount of money that's involved. Obviously, these things are taken care of. But I asked James Smythe, and he did look it up. You know, where Roger Maris, the ball and the bat, both are in the Hall of Fame. Was wondering as I looked at his son if they still were in possession of those, but no. Both of them in the Hall of Fame. You see Cabrera, a little dunker into left field.
He's 2 for 2. So all numbered and lettered. And the umpire gets the ball from the ball boy. Gets rid of all the other baseballs. And Kevin Gausman, who pitched yesterday, didn't like that because it's a hold up for the pitcher as well. That one is looped to Biggio, and he makes the play. You can see he was thinking about dropping the ball, but then made the catch nonetheless for the first out.
Just kind of stabs at the end. Again, if you let that bounce at your feet, who knows? That thing might just take off the other way, but you see his reaction. Merrifield thinking possibly he could turn 2 there. You saw Cabrera heading back to first base.
So now Merrifield moves to the shortstop side of second base for Kyle Higashioka. Higashioka single, started the Yankee rally in the 3rd. Came around to score. Yankees lead 2-1. We're in the 4th. Fly ball right field. Hernandez backs up. He's there to make the play. 2 outs. There's Aaron Hicks. Fly ball to center in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1. And Judge comes out on deck.
The best deal in mobile. Get unlimited for only $29.99. Visit SpectrumMobile.com.
Hicks, a switch hitter, batting from the left side against Barrios. 3 infielders on the right side for Hicks. 1-1. 2-5-0 for the Yankees. 1-2-0 for the Blue Jays. Middle game of this 3-game set. Patty keeps looking over at her son. Bring back memories of Joan Cohn in the stands screaming throw strikes.
Almost, now that you mention it.
Right in the background there. You know what I did notice, Michael? She has no like good luck shirt, because last night it was like a blue t-shirt. Tonight it's more of a gray New York jersey, so there's no good luck shirt involved. It's just I'm gonna watch my son try to launch one.
Although she could be thinking he hasn't hit a home run in 6 games, so she keeps changing her shirt, Paul.
All right. Okay.
Her facial expressions are so authentic, though. So good. The pride she has, the patience, the anticipation, all bottled up into one.
Strike 3. She'll have to wait until the 5th inning, where Aaron Judge will lead off. But Aaron Hicks strikes out looking. We go to the bottom of the 4th.
Welcome back. It's time for tonight's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, state-of-the-art healthcare in New York City, Westchester, and the Hudson Valley. DJ LeMahieu was out on the field again today, continuing to ramp up baseball activity, hitting off the high-velocity machine. He's been on the IL since September 8th with that toe issue. He could be activated as early as tomorrow. More likely, though, guys, the Orioles series. Aaron Boone essentially said in the pregame press conference they need to see what they have with DJ LeMahieu, and they really won't know until he gets out there to see how he does and how he recovers, but more than anything, can he get his swing off effectively? That's what we saw when he went on the IL. He just wasn't able to do that. If he can do that and he's a productive player, certainly a big help for this Yankees team as another option for Aaron Boone in the infield.
Thank you, Meredith. The 1-0 to Guerrero. Outside 2-0. It'll be Guerrero, Kirk, and Chapman in the bottom of the fourth. Leading off for the Yankees in the fifth will be Aaron Judge. And a strike.
The whole formula all year long, in order to get the extra infielder in the lineup, a la DJ LeMahieu, was having Stanton play right field. Not sure if we're going to see that anymore. That's the real question. If you had a really healthy DJ LeMahieu and you wanted him in the lineup along with Josh Donaldson, who's swinging the bat better and plays great defense, and Gleyber Torres, who's hot right now, the only way to do that is to play Giancarlo in right field. I'm not sure we're going to see that.
And along those lines, let's say if he's healthy enough to play, the situation that you paint, I mean, it almost dictates he's just a pinch hitter. Because really, who are you sitting at this point? Fly ball, shallow right, coming on Cabrera toward the line, and he makes the play. And here's Kirk. Chases upstairs and misses 0-1.
Tyone been really sharp since the first batter. First batter bangs you up 430 in dead central. Since that point, nada.
Foul back here. Well, at this point in the game, with one out in the fourth, he has a 3.87 ERA. That's a really representative ERA in baseball today.
You know, he's got a 6-pitch mix working too. 4-seamer, 2-seamer, slider, curve, and a changeup and a cutter, and using them all.
And this guy showed how tough he is last year. Injured, his foot in pain, ankle, and he pitched the last game of the season that the Yankees had to win. And he gave them 3 innings, gritty, gutty innings. And that showed the Yankees a lot, showed his teammates a lot, as well as Kirk goes down on strikes.
Well, that's one of those 5 pitches you're talking about there, Coney, with a cutter. And in StatCast 3D, you'll see his whole arsenal.
Well, that was just excellent pitch design and sequencing in that last at-bat. Tried to backdoor a 2-seamer and then came back with the cutter off of that. Just very effective tunneling and pitch design.
That was brought to us by Google Cloud. Here's Chapman. High fly ball. Judge makes the catch and now hustles in as he will lead off the 5th inning, and the Yankees lead 2-1. Well, thank you, Bob. And for those tuning in from around the country, welcome to the Yes Network as we cover Aaron Judge's chase for 61. He's at 60. He has not homered in his last 6 games in his first 2 plate appearances today. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. So he will lead off the 5th inning. And Barrios rocks and deals. And there's a strike. 0-1. Good fastball, 96 miles an hour. Judge doing some housekeeping. Outside. Roger Maris hit number 61 on October 1st, 1961. And he had protection in the lineup. Mickey Mantle hit behind him before he got hurt, and he had 54 home runs. The 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Maris's home run, number 61, is the only run in the game. Yankees won 1-0 over the Red Sox. It's 2-1 here, Yankees lead. Missed inside, 3-1 with the changeup. So once again, a 3-ball count on Judge. And it did miss. And Barrios deals the 3-1. There's a strike on the outside corner, 3-2. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And here's the pitch. He walked him again. Two walks for Judge. And Mom has to wait a little longer.
Well, it was Judge's walk, his last at-bat, that kind of set up the Yankees rally. They now lead 2-1, and once again, Aaron Judge leading the charge here. Nobody out, now on first base. And ever the team player, the Yankees looking to clinch the division tonight, and believe me, Aaron Judge is well aware of that.
So he's been walked 10 times since he hit his 60th home run. That's the most for anyone. And he's taking his walks. It's not like they're pitching around him. They do give him pitches over the plate every now and then, challenging him. David, is there anything to a pitcher, even if he's not pitching around him, really locking in and laser focus because he doesn't want to be the guy who gives up the home run?
That's part of it, absolutely. And these games mean a lot for the Blue Jays as well. It looks like Aaron Judge is trying to normalize things and get back to his normal style of being plate disciplined.
Popped up, shallow right center. And it falls in. They don't make the throw to second base, so getting there is Judge, and that gets Rizzo a single. Merrifield kept going back, and nobody would call him off.
Yeah, as we saw with Cabrera last inning, much easier for Hernandez here being in right field to call him off. And with the shift, see Bichette going back and reaching just kind of in nowhereville with no help from either Springer or Hernandez.
Excellent base running from Aaron Judge, in perfect position, and then has to redirect though. A couple false steps. Shows you the athleticism of a man who's 6'7" and 282 pounds.
Yeah, Merrifield was calling for the ball, and they did not throw to him because Judge did head back. So Merrifield was playing in short right field for Rizzo, then ran all the way to second as Bichette went out to the outfield and couldn't make the play. And it really wasn't his play.
Again, as a base runner, there's nothing, no coach, nothing can help you there other than kind of reading the faces there. And you see both outfielders not coming in strong, and Bichette kind of waving at it in Nowheresville. And it's it's your read. Like I said, there's no coach that can help you do that.
Fouled away.
And obviously with Rizzo, a power hitter, the outfield was playing really deep, in particular Springer in center field.
Former Yankee David Phelps up in the bullpen. One and one. Curveball misses. 73 pitches for Barrios. And a strike, 1-2. Blue Jays get 3 more wins. Doesn't matter what any of the other teams do. They're in the playoffs as one of the wild cards. Yankees win one of these games against the Blue Jays, and they're the American League East champs. Hit sharply and past the diving Chapman into left field. Judge rounds third. He will score. Moving to third is Rizzo. The throw is in time. Moving to second on the throw is Torres. He gets an RBI single, and the Yankees lead this one 3-1.
I think Rizzo is kind of holding on to see if they're not even going to challenge. But again, another good at bat from Gleyber Torres, and this is what I thought about when you hear about analytics knowing all. And I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean? There's nothing in the analytics that tells you if a hitter is hot or not hot. So you can't tell me that a hot hitter is not better than his normal self. And that's the one thing that I learned when I was talking to James Smythe about analytics that I disagree with. Because if you're a hot hitter, you continually feel like you're going to do something good. And Coney, you kind of mentioned it early in the game about his body language. You can just tell he's confident going to the plate now.
Yeah, I think this is a good chance. First of all, I like Rizzo taking this chance because the reward is second and third, and a chance to really have a big inning. But that was a good throw, and a tag on the shoulder barely got him.
0-2 on Donaldson, who struck out twice against Barrios.
Second part with regard to analytics, I think analytics doesn't discount being hot. They just don't know how to measure it. When does it start? When does it end? How do you quantify it? Remember Michael Jordan doing the shoulder shrug after draining about 12 straight field goals in the playoffs that year in the finals? Even he just shrugged his shoulders. Couldn't explain it.
It seems like with 2 strikes, Josh Donaldson has been sitting on that curveball all night. He finally got it. He fouled it off.
I've heard this story about the great Mike Schmidt. Some consider him the greatest third baseman in baseball history. And he used to really struggle against Tom Seaver, really struggle against him. One of his teammates asked him, well, what pitch are you looking for? Ground ball to short, Bichette. The high throw, and Donaldson safe. So a throwing error on Bichette as Torres moves to third.
Again, we've talked about Bichette's issues, if anything, in the game, and it's his defense. He just kind of launched this one. That is his 22nd error of the year, which is second most at shortstops in baseball behind Baez, who has 26.
Now, they took a good look at the replay to see if Biggio touched first before Donaldson, but they decided not to challenge, and that is an E6. Bang, bang. Here's Stanton, runners on first and third. Yankees lead 3-1. Anyway, so Schmidt said, and by the way, it's Schmidt's birthday today.
Yeah.
Well, I look for a slider, and his teammate, so if he throws a great slider, you're not going to hit it anyway. What are you looking for? Something you can't hit? And that makes you wonder why people look for these pitches that if they're thrown the right way, you can't hit them. So, Paul, you're a hitter. Why would people look for pitches that if they're made the right way, even if you're looking for them, you can't hit them?
Well, pitches can be in the back of your mind, but you can always adjust down, meaning that you look hard fastball and you can usually adjust to a mistake. To look for a great slider and think that you're going to do something with it, I agree with you. And Stan Williams, who was a pitching coach reminded me of that. And he had several things that still stick in my mind. He was a pitching coach in Cincinnati. Never look for a perfect slider, because you're not going to hit it anyway. And he was the same guy that told me that I would rather face a good hitter than a hot hitter. And, you know, these are the types of things that come into play in the game of baseball.
And you wonder what Stanton was looking for right there.
He's taking a lot of fastballs. Seems to be trying to be selective and lay off of swinging at bad pitches, and you end up taking hittable pitches.
His swing to me is all about his balance. You know, he does not use his lower half much, but if you'll watch even his takes, his front hip starting to open, he's kind of getting out front, and when he's good, I mean, he does not flinch at the ball because he really doesn't take much of a stride.
Oswaldo Cabrera, he's 2 for 2, takes a ball. So Stanton 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
I remember Stan Williams telling me is he hit Willie Mays in the back one day. And he went up to him in the batting cage the next day and said, "Willie, I'm sorry I hit you in the back." And he started to walk away. He said, "I meant to hit you in the neck." And he just kept walking. Stan was a mean boy.
Different era.
Soft ground ball to second base. Merrifield is there over to Biggio, and that'll do it. Yankees get a run. 2 hits, 1 error, 2 men left. We're halfway through. And those teams face each other 3 times, hopefully weather permitting, over the weekend in Atlanta. Go around the majors. The Braves 17-7 last 24 games. 1 game back, as Bob said. The great Don Mattingly, Cap, will not return for the 2023 season as manager of the Marlins. Yordan Alvarez of the Astros, what a year he's having. Last 13 games, 413, 6 homers and 14 ribbies. So 2020, Mattingly got his team into the postseason, was the manager of the year. And now he will not be returning, mutually decided by management and Mattingly. There's a strike to Teoscar Hernandez. Yankees lead by 2, 3-1, bottom of the 5th.
Really makes you wonder what the future will hold for Don Mattingly.
Grounded to third, Donaldson. Strong arm, and just gets Hernandez. I think his immediate future is he probably plays a lot of golf with O'Neill then. So 1 away. That'll bring up Tapia.
Hey, John Filippelli's already calling Donnie Mattingly probably right now, right? From the hospital bed, or from his home.
Paul, we had a little issue with your mic. Will you be playing with Mattingly, a little golfing once he is out of the Marlins job?
I certainly have a lot of fun doing it. I mean, there's not too many people that I respect more in the game of baseball than Don Mattingly. I had a lot of fun playing with him. And, you know, wish him the best at whatever he wants to do.
One. 1-2 on Tapia.
Do an all captains booth. You can get Jeter and Mattingly together with you.
And Willie.
Oh, Willie too?
Yeah.
Wow, that'd be good.
Coney, where are we going? We'll be doing Little League, huh?
Seattle. We go to the West Coast.
That's too late for me, Coney.
Some late night humor.
Hit sharply to short. Conopalefa across the diamond. 2 away. Boy, after the Springer home run, Taillon's been a different pitcher. Allowed just 1 base runner, an infield single. diving stop at third base by Donaldson off the bat of Merrifield. That's it. That's the only person that's reached.
Great pitch count, too, here in the fifth, only 61.
And certainly no secrets between Taillon and this team. This is the 6th start he's made against the Blue Jays, so he has made a start in every single series they played. And the run continues. Easy ground ball for Donaldson. And a 1-2-3 inning for Taillon. We have played 5. That was a 7-pitch inning. We'll go to the 6th. Well, here are the latest run totals from FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now, new customers can get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. Download the FanDuel app. Start making every moment more. Beautiful city of Toronto as we go to the 6th inning. Bottom third of the Yankee order against Barrios, and the first pitch to Kiner-Falefa is a strike. Yankees scored 2 in the 3rd and 1 in the 5th. Both rallies, Judge walked, pretty important to them. Judge has scored 2 runs. One Yankee gets on. Judge will come up in this inning. Shallow right. Merrifield makes the play. The outfielders don't call off Merrifield much. Take everything you can get.
Well, he's got speed. He has led the league numerous times in stolen bases. So, you know, you get so accustomed, and Merrifield being new, coming over at the trade deadline, and there's certain guys, you know your center fielder. When I look back, I knew the balls Bernie would get. I knew the balls that Knobloch would get at second base going back. So it becomes so comfortable playing with, everyday guys every single day. When you bring new guys in, there's differences.
Higashioka slashes one to right field. That's going to go to the wall. Higashioka will go to second with a 1-out double. He's 2 for 3.
Another guy that just looks a lot more confident at the plate, Coney. I mean, he's had good swings. He's been on sort of a run here, staying inside that, head down, just lacing it to right field. Hernandez first grab, tried to grab it barehanded, was not able to come up with it, which allowed Higashioka easily cruise into second base.
Here's Aaron Hicks. He's 0 for 2. And a strike. Oh, and 2.
You're looking at this situation. This is where you'd love to see Hicks if you want to see Aaron Judge swing the bat, drive in a run here and be on first base, because if he does make an out, then obviously you've got first base open with 2 outs.
Does better than that. He lines a base hit into the gap in right center field. Scoring easily is Higashioka, and Hicks with an RBI double, and it's 4-1 Yanks. And that'll bring up Judge, and that'll bring out the manager of the Blue Jays, John Schneider, as he will go to the bullpen. Zach Pop will make his way in, and we'll see how they play this with first base open. That'll do it for Barrios. Yankees with a lead, 4-1. Aaron Judge due up against Pop. Stay tuned. Zach Pop, the new pitcher for the Blue Jays. This will be his 34th game. Doesn't walk many, just 3 walks and 36 in the 3rd with 23 strikeouts. He's 26 years old. He's from Brampton, Ontario, which is Blue Jay territory. 2nd big league season. And he will face Aaron Judge with a runner on second. And 1 man out here in the 6th inning. And for those tuning in from around the country, we welcome you to the Yes Network. Aaron Judge coming up for the 4th time. 2 walks, and he lined out to 3rd. And Pop deals. Chop the third foul. Grabbed there by Chapman. Quickly 0-1.
Pop went at him though, 97-mile-an-hour sinker. Aaron just kind of beat it in the ground, but very surprised to see him go after him immediately.
Faced him once in his career, has not picked up a hit, so 0 for 1 and an 0-1 count. Pop deals. Swing and a miss. Dialed it up to 98.
You see that two-seam spin, and the ball just continues to get underneath the barrel of the bat.
And Pop deals. Just missed with the sinker. Throwing hard. 1-2. Since hitting his 60th, 6 games have gone by, and this one as he aims for 61. And the 1-2. Check swing, foul back. Still 1-2. That time he tried the slider.
Pop really waited a long time, and you know, Aaron Judge doesn't step out of the box very much. Had to really wait a long time. Lucky to foul that ball off.
Aaron Hicks leads off second. Aaron Judge in the batter's box. Pop on in relief. A long set in the 1-2. 2-2. That was 99 miles an hour. Judge being extraordinarily patient as he chases history. And the 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball. Still 2-2. Slider again. So what does he do now? Slider or go back to that fastball?
He's got him set up either way, and he obviously has a good repertoire and high velocity and good movement, but this is just a good competitive at bat. Pitcher's throwing his best stuff. Aaron Judge hanging in there.
And the 2-2. Slider misses. 3-2. Full counts galore as we all wait for number 61. Crowd here, Rogers Center, very quiet. And here's the payoff. He walks again for the 3rd time. The groans from the stands.
You know, these are frustrating at-bats for fans, but if you look and break these at-bats down, these are really good at-bats by Aaron Judge. Getting behind in the count, taking pitches just outside the strike zone. You just don't know how hard it is as a hitter to, you know, to want to do something so much, to be somewhat anxious. Your mother's sitting right behind you. The whole world is watching. You just want it to happen. And as a hitter, you can't force it.
And a strike to Rizzo. Rizzo is 2 for 3.
Yeah, her expressions are priceless. I mean, they really are. How many games she's seen her son, Aaron Judge, play, the emotion she must be feeling.
And the Judge family is a lot like the Jeter family. They come to a lot of the games, most of the games. It's not like she's just following him around to hit the 61st home run, but they're mostly all of the home games, and A lot of the Rome games as well, they do follow their son.
Nothing phony about her. That is pure, authentic emotion.
Right there, the two Yank Aarons were dancing off the bag, trying to distract Pop. Hicks took like a step toward third, and then Judge was ready to go to second, but then Hicks stopped, and Judge, watching him closely, stopped. Yankees lead 4-1. We're in the 6th inning.
You know, Pop's got a nice repertoire, nice stuff, Paul, but he's got a hitter's name, right? I mean, if you're a hitter, that's a good name, Pop. You should get together with Bob Walk and flip it up. Bob Walk's a good name for a hitter, not a pitcher.
Line drive and caught by Merrifield. 2 down.
Coney, every once in a while you have a great at bat, you do everything perfect and you get nothing for it. And Rizzo got behind, battled back, scalded one right at Merrifield.
Is that what you call evening out after the blooper in his last at bat?
Yeah, but if you could play somewhere you want those RBIs. Those break the game open.
The line drive rockets it out. The blooper was the knock. You'll never figure this out.
Here's Gleyber Torres with 2 ribbies tonight. He's 2 for 3 with a couple singles inside. So Judge has been up 4 times today. He's had 4 full counts. He has 3 walks, and since he hit his last home run, this would be game number 7, he's walked 11 times. Also has 3 doubles during that time, and he's 5 for 19. Right through the vacated hole, a base hit. Hicks will score. Moving to second is Judge. It's another RBI single for Gleyber Torres, and the Yankees lead 5-1.
Well, I don't know how many times we've said it, but I mean, Gleyber Torres has the ability to hit the ball the other way, and if you're going to shift him that much, especially with runners in scoring position, and then pitch him down, why not? Just shoot it the other way, find a hole. Look, that right side is totally vacated. Just an easy RBI for Gleyber Torres.
Five runs, 3 of them driven in by Torres, who now has 74 ribbies on the season. And here's Josh Donaldson. Outside, 1-0. Donaldson struck out his first 2 times, then reached on an E6 in the 5th, so he's 0 for 3. 7 for his last 25. And a strike. Two and 1 on Donaldson. 5-1 Yankees. They hold on. They win this game. They clinch the American League East. Just missed. 3-1.
Think he knows who Iggy Pop is?
Let's see, 26? I don't know.
Probably doesn't even know.
Coney, when I started this game today, the last person I thought I might hear was Iggy Pop before this broadcast was over. You know that?
Grounded to third. The force has made it third. And that'll do it. Yankees get 2 more runs. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees 5-1. Stadium on Friday, September 30th for the final home series of the 2022 regular season. And for one of the hottest promotional giveaways, it's Garrett Cole bobblehead night. The first 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Garrett Cole bobblehead courtesy of T-Mobile. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Now, I have a question for you, Paul. On your bingo card coming into today, did you think you'd hear about Iggy Pop first, or that Rance Mulliniks was the cone whisperer?
You know what? I'm 0 for 2. I don't even have a little plinket or whatever those things are called on my card right now.
Here's Biggio. And there's a strike.
You know, it's amazing when Coney gets a full night of rest, what comes out, huh? Last night, you know, no sleep. Tonight, full rest.
Swing and a miss, 0-2. You get some decent shot on last night?
I'm going to Ernest Hemingway's tonight.
Really?
Yeah. My favorite spot.
Just saying.
Yeah.
One and two.
In case you're wondering, yes, there is a local pub called Ernest Hemingway's here in Toronto.
Grounded to first. Rizzo to Tyone. Well, this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. I just hope you don't stay in Hemingway's until the sun also rises.
Oh, there you go. Full circle.
You know, that's what I thought. I mean, Hemingway, he used to hang out in Key West, Florida, right? How did he end up in Toronto?
All over the place.
Yeah. You don't want to be down in Key West right now.
No.
Obviously, with that hurricane, we wish the people down there, and in Tampa especially, that where that's supposed to hit the best.
Line drive, a base hit to right field off the bat of Springer.
Coney, George Springer can hit. You know that? He's got power. He's got a World Series from Houston. He's got a lot of things going for him as a player. This is his main thing. I mean, he can play the outfield. He is just a good, solid player.
Different level of athleticism. The way he moves, the way he runs, hits the ball hard. The only key with him is staying healthy.
That snaps a streak of 10 straight retired as Bichette rips one into right center field. It's a base hit, cut off beautifully by Aaron Judge. And that will hold the runner at third as Bichette goes to second with a double. And he's out! He came off the bag, and Kiner-Falefa kept the glove on his leg, and he is out at second.
Oh, that's amazing. You even saw Tyone say, wow. I mean, you talk about a gift. And Bichette, one of the hotter hitters. We talked about it in September, right behind Aaron Judge. Let's see what happened here as he slid through.
Wow. Heads up play by IKF.
Yes, indeed. Very sneaky. Kiner-Falefa sneaks in behind, gets the call. Now we're going to take another look.
And don't sleep on the play by Judge, because there's nothing happening in a second if that ball gets by him.
Yeah, Aaron Judge, I actually was a little surprised to see him back in center field. I thought they were going to try to keep him away from that, but he has always been good when he has the opportunity to play center field.
He's watching the replay on the board now. It's really close if there was a disconnect from the bag. Here's the play by Judge.
Well, you're right, Michael. Not only if that ball gets by, and is his toe off right there? Boy, it looks like it. And Bichette's reaction suggests a little guilt.
Well, obviously Toronto is challenging a big play in this game for them. Second and third, 1 out. Runner at third, 2 outs.
Bichette's reaction tells the story. Heads up play by Kiner-Falefa, and you are dead on, Michael. And that ball gets by Aaron Judge. Springer scores.
And the second base umpire, Trip Gibson, was looking, staring, and he saw that disconnect and pumped him out. And the fact that Bichette doesn't even argue, as David said, kind of makes you think he knows there was a disconnect.
Almost conceding.
The call stands, runners out, Toronto loses challenge.
Wow, what a play.
So Aaron Judge pointing in there to IKF, and these are the plays that are a lot of fun because they don't happen very often. You're talking about a huge out right here. Now 2 outs, got an opportunity to get out of this inning.
That was a big play by Kiner-Falefa. And here's Vlad Guerrero. 2 outs, runner on third. Driven deep to left field. That ball is off the base of the wall. Going for 2 is Guerrero. The throw is in time. What are you thinking? Down 3 runs. He drives in the run but gets thrown out, going for 2. A great throw by Hicks.
No doubt about it. Aaron Hicks threw a missile in there, and I guarantee that he thought this ball was out, didn't get out of the box. A great ricochet, a great play. Yankees get some big outs that they shouldn't have gotten that inning.
Well, Vlad Guerrero drove in the second run on the Cadillac scoreboard, and on this play, not running hard. He thinks the ball is out. There's no excuse for getting thrown out at second base there. We saw it yesterday with Teoscar Hernandez, right?
Absolutely. John Schneider has got to be furious at some of these hitters, as good as they are. I mean, as soon as the ball leaves the bat, your job is to run, and believe me, we've all done it. It's such a bad habit as a hitter to watch the baseball. But again, you know, you give the Yankees a couple outs there. That could have been a big inning for the Toronto Blue Jays.
David Phelps, the new pitcher for the Blue Jays. Now, well, Paul just said, John Schneider has no right to be angry. If he didn't do anything to Teoscar Hernandez yesterday, he has no right to say anything to anybody. As long as you can, and everybody does it. Aaron Boone does it. They allow guys to style if the ball's not over the wall, and then you make an out. I mean, that, to me, that's unforgivable.
Yeah, I look back, and Coney, you're probably the same thing. There was one thing that really used to upset Joe Torre, and that is if you did not run out of the box. And I can remember hearing him scream at times, run. I mean, that was one of his pet peeves. And in this day and age that everybody's got their style points, and when they hit a home run, you know, sometimes it comes back to bite you.
Didn't bite them yesterday because that didn't impact the inning. You got the second base to Oscar Hernandez, and no one else scored. But this one does impact it. Now, the play by Bichette, that's not lack of hustle. He just got sloppy and lifted his foot off the bag. But Vlad Guerrero, wow. Up the middle, barehanded by Phelps. 2 away.
Well, it's like taking a three-point shot from half court. If it goes in, it's okay. You know, all right, are you okay? Pitching hand, not the best idea, but the ball wasn't hit all that hard. It's just reaction, instinct on the mound. Sometimes you just throw your hand out there. You don't think.
Here is Connor Falefa. Pitch outside. So it's 5-2, Yankees over the Blue Jays. We're in the top of the 7th inning.
I saw a highlight of a minor league game about a week ago where the kid thought he hit a home run, Paulie, and he ran all the way around the bases. Guy caught it at the warning track. He didn't notice it till he's all the way around third.
A little different than what we've seen tonight, huh?
The bat flip thing should be reserved for no doubt home runs, and you know it. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. knows it. Not line drives off the wall. You hit one in the third deck here, you can style.
I mean, that is the key, David. If you hit a ball 500 feet, and there's no doubt about it, you can do cartwheels around the bases. But when you hurt your team by Cadillacing like that, wow.
You should know. I mean, you know he's hit enough of them to know.
Swing and a miss. Good inning for Phelps as he retires the Yankees in order. Time for the 7th inning stretch in Toronto. Thank you so much, Bob. Cadillac game summary: 5-10-0 Yanks, 2-5-1 for Toronto. Jamison Tyone has pitched 6 strong. Jose Barrios lasted 1 out into the 6th. Big night for Gleyber Torres. George Springer, a leadoff home run, his 52nd of his career. And Aaron Judge is 0 for 1, but with 3 walks and 1 run scored. Harrison Bader takes over in center for Judge. Judge moves to right, taking over for Cabrera. Kirk taps one back to the mound. Tyone. 1 away.
Speaking of bat flips, I'd like to wish a happy birthday to Stacy, the bat flip expert on Twitter. Official Stacy. Happy birthday. Big Yankee fan.
She's a good follow.
Fantastic. Jersey girl, moved to Atlanta. Still follows her Yankees.
Here's Matt Chapman. Blue Jays are playing like they're in a hurry. That's foul back over the screen. They're jumping on early pitches with Tyone. You know, you mentioned earlier, David, that he has mastered like 6 pitches. Isn't that difficult for a pitcher to be able to keep all of them right?
Yeah, and he's gotten better at it as the season's gone on. There was an at-bat earlier in the year when earlier in this game in particular, where he fell down 3-0, threw a hard sinker in, and then a little cutter away, got right back in it, got the out. His main fastball is a 4-seamer. It's got good spin, good riding action up in the zone, but he brought back his 2-seamer this year in particular that he had in Pittsburgh, just to use in righties, just to mix it up a little bit, get him off that 4-seamer. And the little cutter off with a 2-seamer. So that's a nice mix to have. You got a 4-seamer, 2-seamer, and a cutter, all in the fastball genre. 3 different looks you can give you. You know, we tend to have these names, sinkers, cutters, those are all fastballs.
Foul back.
It's a cut fastball. A sinker is a 2-seam fastball. And of course the 4-seamer is the riding fastball. So 3 different looks off of that really sets up everything else. Curveball, slider, occasional changeup.
Hit sharply, kind of Falefa. 2 away. Let's check out the Audi electric moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Well, the first batter goes boom. A bomb up in the black. And he was unfazed. He just went to work. That's that little cutter, Teoscar Hernandez. That was the end of that at-bat. Nice curveball away, coming in the back door. There's a nice little cutter down and away. A lot of different looks. Kept these Toronto Blue Jays off balance.
And there's a strike to Teoscar.
Jameson Taillon's just shown a high aptitude, an ability to make adjustments on the fly. He's a student of his craft. He understands analytics. He knows what his numbers are. Formulates good game plans. He's really evolved as a pitcher here as a Yankee, in particular this year.
One and two.
He's on the verge of his 13th start this year with no walks. Second best to Corey Kluber, who has 15 of those this year.
Two and two. A win and the Yankees get a bye as the American League East champion. They will not play in the first round, neither will the Astros. And then the Guardians and the 3 wild cards will battle it out. Should be fascinating. And the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Hernandez down on strikes. And Taillon is dealing. He retires. The Blue Jays in order. And we're going to go to the 8th. Aaron Judge coming up. Well, for the best coverage in the game, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam.
Well, Aaron Judge cuts this ball off. Great throw. Bo Bichette forgets to keep his foot on the bag. IKF steals an out there. And then Aaron Hicks with an absolute missile. With Guerrero not getting out of the box. A couple big outs for the Yankees where the Blue Jays could have really got back in the game in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Hyundai scoreboard, 8th inning. It's 5-2 Yankees. Yankees 10 hits. Blue Jays with 5. Higashioka has 3 hits on the night. He's 3 for 4 as he leads off the 8th inning with a single.
Again, Higgy, you know, with nice level swing, head down, out in front a little bit off the end of the bat. Lines it to left field. Big night, 3 hits.
Here's Aaron Hicks, RBI double his last time up. Also scored a run. He's 1 for 3 in that great throw that Paul just showed you in the outfield. And a strike. Aaron Judge is on deck. Anthony Bass is up in the Blue Jays bullpen. There's Bass. You know, you see that shot with Judge in the on-deck circle, and I think all of us had a real warm feeling when Mom was looking over our shoulder in Little League, and pretty neat to be a 30-year-old on the precipice of history, and Mom's watching out.
The look on her face is priceless.
Popped up, behind the plate and out of play. mean, it's the moms that drive you around a lot. It's the moms that take you from game to game and activity to activity. Dads do too, but the moms do a lot of the heavy lifting. So she's been part of this journey as well. Two-two. Foul back. Crowd of 40,528 here at Rogers Center. Obviously looking for the Blue Jays to creep closer to clinching a playoff spot, and Aaron Judge a pretty big attraction as well. The 2-2 outside, 3-2. The single by Higashioka, the Yankees' 11th hit of the night. Keeping Higashioka close. Five-2 Yankees, top of the 8th inning. Strike three, Hicks down looking. And that'll bring up Judge. The umpire gets some new baseballs. And for those tuning in from around the country, welcome to the Yes Network as Aaron Judge digs in and tries to get to home run number 61. So Ryan Wills has the special baseballs. He's given one to David Phelps. And Judge, who has walked 3 times tonight and lined out sharply to third, he digs in. He's at 60 home runs, second most ever hit in American League history behind Roger Maris's 61. Missed outside, 1-0. Higashioka on first. Swing and a miss. Judge has had 4 full counts and 4 times up the plate. Now the count 1-1. Pretty good pitch by Phelps. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 8th inning. Tipped into the glove of Kirk. 1-2. And he turns around and asks Ryan Wills, was that a strike?
A breaking ball, then a changeup. So Aaron Judge seeing a steady diet of off-speed stuff from Phelps.
The veteran Phelps sets and deals. Low, 2-2. Well, with the changeup.
It's another great take from Aaron Judge. Looking for his pitch.
And the 2-2. Outside, another 3-2 count. 5 full counts tonight for Aaron Judge. Does he get a 4th walk? Does he get a 61st home run, or something in between? Three-two. Fouled away. On with the cutter.
It's out of the zone.
Line pitch. Yep, Aaron Judge able to reach it with his size. Able to foul that ball off, and knowing, you can see that was ball 4 again.
The 3-2 pitch. He walked again for the 4th time. And the groans from the crowd of 40,528. Patience is certainly a virtue, but it's not a 61st home run.
Coney, these don't look like at-bats that, he's being pitched around. It just looks like, he's fighting and battling, and they're just not able to put him away. And he has taken so many close pitches with 2 strikes tonight, and that's why he's ended up with 4 walks.
He's having the best offensive season we've seen since the Barry Bonds years. And Barry Bonds could go several games without a pitch to hit. Starting to look like that for Aaron Judge.
And there's a strike to Rizzo.
And to Judge's credit, he's taking these walks. And it has helped the Yankees tonight score 5 runs as they try to clinch this division.
Foul back, 0-2 on Rizzo. First and second, 1 man out. .548 on base percentage since he hit his 60th home run. 17 of 31 plate appearances reached. Upstairs, 1-2.
Leading his team to a lot of victories in that span, too.
If the days continue to mount, this is game 7, without having hit a home run, does he start to expand the strike zone to get that home run, or can he stay that disciplined and continue to take the walks?
That is the ultimate question. I think once they win the division, things calm down a little bit on the team front, because he's such a team first player that maybe you do take some chances at that point.
And that gets Rizzo. And that's the 199th hit by pitch. Now, the Blue Jays are saying, well, he checked the swing and hit the ball. And he's talking with Ryan Wills.
Laz Diaz says no swing, so no check swing.
It hit the arm, not the bat. So it is a hit by pitch, and the bases are loaded for that guy, Gleyber Torres. That'll do it for Phelps. Once again, the Blue Jays go to the bullpen to try to keep it right here at 5-2. Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Cadillac. There's no better time to be in a Cadillac. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. By Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. And by FanDuel Sportsbook, make every moment more. Lloyd Mosby and Mickey Rivers. Joe Carter and Paul O'Neill. And Anthony Bass is on the mound. Comes in bases loaded and has to retire. A guy who has 3 hits and 4 bats and 3 RBIs. He'll face Gleyber Torres. And the Blue Jays have to bring the infield in. Strike. Oh, and 2 on Torres. I wonder if teams are going to start or stop the shifting against Torres, because he just always takes advantage of the open right side. That's how you change shifts. Not through legislation, but if you actually hit the other way. 1-2. Now, Paul, you've been a firm believer that everyone could do it. They say they can't, but you believe if you're in the big leagues, you can hit the other way.
Well, there's no doubt about it. I mean, just go out and watch batting practice and watch the first couple rounds from every hitter. You start by hitting the ball the other way, then you hit some up the middle, and then you pull the ball.
1-2. Grounded to short. There's one. On to first. Bass comes in to get a double play to get out of trouble. No runs, a hit, and 2 men left on base. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Well, tomorrow night on Yes, the Yankees wrapped up this series in Toronto as Aaron Judge continues his chase for home run history and the Triple Crown. Coverage begins at 6 with Audi batting practice and the pregame. Then first pitch is scheduled for shortly after 7 on Yes and streaming on the Yes app. Hyundai scoreboard, Yankees lead 5-2. Had an opportunity to blow it open there in the top of the 8th inning, but they got Gleyber Torres 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Here's Tapia against Tyone. 1-0. Just 85 pitches for Tyone.
Yes, letting him run.
Two 2-0. Meredith, I'm wondering, have the Yankees decided is there going to be a champagne celebration if they win the East? They didn't do anything by clinching the postseason.
We do anticipate that there is going to be some type of celebration. Exactly how big it is, that remains to be seen, but I think everyone is prepared that there could be some champagne, there could be some beer in the clubhouse, and we could all be getting drenched.
All right.
Time will tell.
There better be. It's the American League Eastern Division title.
Yep. Never take it for granted, huh, Cody? It's not an easy thing to do.
Tapia up the middle for a single. Yankees still have to get 6 outs before they can celebrate, so that's a leadoff single for Tapia.
Yes, first things first.
Trevino is up in the bullpen. Tapia, his first hit of the night, 6th hit for the Blue Jays, and here's Whit Merrifield. Up and in, 1-0. Merrifield 1 for 2. And a strike from Tyone. 1-1.
Obviously the Blue Jays bottom of the order here, the 3rd time through. And of course, the top of the order looming here. So a big at bat right here for Jameson Tyone.
Drilled deep to left field. Hicks goes there and makes the play. Got a good jump and fires in to keep Tapia at first. Merrifield hit it right on the screws.
Well, we've talked about Merrifield. I mean, a good solid hitter, but right off the bat, I mean, Aaron Hicks is off. Again, these are, kind of make or break games where, hard hit balls in big situations. Got to make the plays. And so far tonight, the Yankees have stolen some outs and made some good plays defensively.
Yeah, very fortunate there.
Here's Kevin Biggio. Big cut, 0-1. Biggio was pretty much second baseman of the future for the Blue Jays, but Espinal took his job. And now with Espinal out, Merrifield is making most of the starts at second base, and you wonder what really did happen to Cavan Biggio. Popped up shallow center field, and it's going to dunk in front of Hicks. A base hit sliding in is Tapia, so he couldn't get forced. And Biggio reaches on a single, first and second, one man out.
Now, a big difference in the play here and the play that happened with Toronto earlier. I mean, Hicks coming in hard, just couldn't get to it. This ball is pretty much in just that dead zone, and it wasn't high enough for Aaron Hicks. You see him busting coming in, just not able to get there.
Yankees playing the full shift, so Kiner Falefa all the way over in the second base spot. Too much ground to cover.
Well, quite a performance by Tyone. He pitches one out into the eighth. Yankees go to the bullpen. Coming up to the plate, George Springer is the tying run. Tyone pitches one out into the eighth. He leaves runners on first and second with that one out. Turns it over to the bullpen. And here's the budget. They used a lot of pitchers last night, but everybody's in good shape. Everybody's available. He'll use people 2 days in a row. He doesn't like to use them 3 out of 4. So maybe he stays away from Efros, but he is not staying away from Trevino right now. That's who he goes to in this situation with Springer coming up. 1.89 ERA in 23 games with the Yankees. Springer dangerous, the home run and the single. He has 2 runs scored. He's 2 for 3. And as we mentioned, he is a tying run at the plate. Yankees lead 5-2, bottom of the 8th. This could be 2. There's 1. There's 2. 1 pitch, 2 outs by Trevino. And Boone pushes the right button as Springer hits into a 6-4-3 rally-killing, inning-ending double play. All right, we go to the 9th inning. We take a look now at the Chevy plays of the game.
Well, it came on the mound from Jameson Tyone. 6 strikeouts in 7 1/3 innings. He really got swings and misses with all of his pitches. Cutters, curveballs, sinkers, sliders. At the end of the day, he's sitting pretty in a position to win this ball game.
Pitch to Donaldson is outside. Yankees 3 outs away from clinching the American League East. 3 outs away. A big double play ground ball off the bat of Springer, induced by Lou Trevino. Now the Yankees have a little room to play because, you know, 1 win tonight or tomorrow they clinch, and if not, then they still have 7 games remaining to get enough real estate to win the American League East. And I think what we're seeing here is trying to win, David, and also trying to see who are the guys I can go to in the playoffs. Who am I going to trust in big situations? And Trevino just got a check mark.
Yeah, you know, he got the ball on the ground to a home run hitter, even though it was hit hard.
Donaldson pops it up. Giving a look is Kirk over the screen.
You know, it's obvious for Aaron Boone that he's just going to keep trying to mix and match, find the right combinations, find a hot hand.
Swing and a miss. Well, fans, you're not going to want to miss tonight's W.B. Mason Yankees postgame for highlights, analysis, and reaction from tonight's game with the Blue Jays, possibly a postgame celebration, plus Aaron Boone on the manager's report and continuing coverage of Aaron Judge's historic season. Oh, and 1 on Stanton. Stanton, 3 more strikeouts tonight. He is 0 for 4. So 1 for 16 with 10 strikeouts since that walk-off home run. 1 and 1. And Donaldson, who looked like he was really heating up and becoming the players the Yankees have been waiting for the entire year, he drops an 0 for 5 tonight, although he's done a really good job at third base. Swing and a miss, 2 and 1. And that's been the pitch that's possibly most concerning. I mean, he's always been susceptible to breaking balls low and away. Has not been catching up with the fastball all that much. And having trouble with that. Did he go around? Yes, he did. That time he got him on the slider, 2 away.
That's one thing Aaron Boone is going to want to see is Big G swinging the bat a little better. You see that front hip and everything, all weight on the front. Just a little bit too much movement. I mean, he usually just sits back, waits, and just clubs the ball. Right now, there's just a little too much movement going on.
Yeah, caught it between a bit. Behind the fastball, in front of the slider.
Here's Harrison Bader. Came in for defense previous inning, so this is his first at bat. And he takes a strike. Another good night for the youngster Cabrera. He was 2 for 4. Oh, and 2 on Bader. Merrifield shades up the middle for the righty swinging Bader. Strike 3. What an inning for Anthony Bass. He strikes out the side. Yankees go down in order, but they're 3 outs away from clinching the East. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Player of the game.
Well, it's Gleyber Torres. If you're not going to pitch to Aaron Judge, Gleyber Torres is going to get a lot of opportunities to drive in runs and drive in Aaron Judge, and he does a good job tonight. Another one to left field there. And we talked about it, when Gleyber uses the other side of the field, especially with runners in scoring position, really good things can happen for him. 3 hits on the night, 3 RBIs. That's your player of the game.
5-11-0 for the Yankees, 2-7-1 for Toronto. Trevino remains on the mound. 1 pitch, a double play ground ball off the bat of Springer to end the 8th, and now he's going to earn it. He's going to have Bichette, Guerrero, and Kirk, 2, 3, and 4 in Toronto's order. And a strike. Yankees last won the American League East in 2019. The leagues broke into divisions in 1969. Before that, it was just American League and National League. And if the Yankees do clinch the division, it would be their 20th division title. and that ties them for second place with the Dodgers. And in first place, the Braves with 21, and the Braves are looking to win their 22nd. And they got another week to go to see if they can outlast the Mets. 1-2. Foul back.
Seems like so long ago, right? You should go right to the World Series. You win the pennant, right to the World Series. Yogi Berra years.
That's why it's much harder to do now. So many layers to get through, so many series to get through where you could stub your toe and the season's over. Checks his swing, and he goes around. One away.
There's that good slider from Tavino, starting outside and just continuing. Bichette not able to hold up.
It's his best pitch. Got good spin on it, well above average spin rate on that slider.
So here's Guerrero, drove in a run his last time up with a single off the wall and left, thinking it was out, watching it, and then deciding to go for second, getting thrown out for the final out of the sixth. A couple of base running snafus for the Jays in that sixth inning, and that cost them dearly. There's a strike, 1-1. Well, they're getting ready in the Yankee clubhouse, so whether you're wondering if they're going to celebrate or not, well, they're going to celebrate as they have the lockers covered up so that you don't ruin the clothes.
Something new, Coney. We got stickers now we get to put on the plastic.
That one is chopped to third. Donaldson. And the Yankees are 1 out away.
Remember in the '86 World Series, they were ripping that down on the Boston side.
And before the game was over, George Steinbrenner did not like that when you were setting up for celebrations. He thought it was a jinx. Here is Alejandro Kirk. Blue Jays down to their final out. And there's a strike. Aaron Boone has made the playoffs as a manager all 5 of his seasons. Yankees are in already, at least as a wild card, but this would clinch the AL East. Up the middle, and the Blue Jays are still alive. So Kirk with a 2-out single. And that'll bring up Matt Chapman. Bradley Zimmer will pinch run for Kirk. They are not holding Zimmer on at first, although Rizzo right behind him. Chapman 0 for 3 tonight. He takes off for second. There'll be no throw. First pitch strike. And that is defensive indifference. Oh and 2. 1 strike away. And the pitch. Blocked by Higashioka. Yankees have had a couple of seasons. They got out of the gate and they were on pace to have one of the best seasons of all time in terms of wins. And then they kind of ran into bad times. About a month and a half of tough baseball with a lot of injuries, but they've righted the ship here in September. The 1-2. Still 1-2. It didn't seem as if they could do anything wrong in the first half of the season, and then it got to the point where it didn't seem they could do anything right. But those days are in the rearview mirror as the Yankees have high aspirations for 2022. Runner at second base, 2 outs, a 1-2 count on Matt Chapman. Bottom of the 9th inning, Yankees lead 5-2. Two and two. You lose Chapman, Teoscar Hernandez comes up as the tying run. And the pitch, chopped slowly to second. Torres there, and the Yankees are the American League East champions. They assure themselves a first-round bye. They assure themselves home field in their first series. They are part of the way there, another step in their journey toward a championship.
Well, all the ups and downs of a season. Right now you get to look up, take a deep breath, and say, you're right, Michael, we have taken the first step. Now we've taken the second step by getting a bye, winning the American League East. A long way to go, but it's always a relief to get that American League East title.
Obviously no dog pile here in the middle of the field. Somewhat subdued for sure, but the celebration seems like it awaits them in the clubhouse. It's a long journey, and Aaron Boone has always said you never take it for granted because it's not easy.
It is not easy, but you saw the emotion in the dugout, in particular from the coaches, but then Aaron Judge as well. Means a lot to everybody on the staff. Job well done. Obviously more to do, but never take it for granted. As Paul said earlier, the American League East division title is very meaningful and very hard to come by in this American League East. The deepest and toughest division in all of baseball.
First, they clinched the postseason berth. Now they have won the AL East. They'll have a bye in the first round, then hope to win the division series, then the championship series, and then the World Series. So still a lot of the journey ahead of them, but they've taken a major step because the way the playoffs now are laid out, David, that first round bye is really enormous.
Yeah, the first year of the new format, obviously, and the Yankees have, just like most teams, but maybe even more than most teams, need that extra week to try to get healthy, to try to get to full scale, or scaled up to full strength. Now they party.
And now you see that man, Aaron Judge. Okay, he didn't have a home run. He hasn't homered in 7 straight games, but the fact that he has had this magical season has been a big factor in the Yankees actually winning the American League East. And right now, our very own Meredith Marakovitz is with the Yankee manager, Aaron Boone.
Thanks, Michael. Aaron, your New York Yankees are 2022 American League East champs. How does that sound?
It sounds great. Look, I think a lot of people were picking a lot of other teams before the start, and this hasn't been easy at all. The division is as good as ever with everyone being really competitive now. You know, for the regular season, we're the best team in the best division. We got bigger things we obviously want to do, but we've taken a lot of punches this year. We survived, and we're going to enjoy this tonight and look forward to getting after our next goal of hopefully going on and winning a championship.
You had mentioned that it hasn't been easy. What has made this group so good at overcoming adversity?
You know what? You know, we had some down times, right? Especially in the month of August. But they never got too down, and there was always that underlying confidence that we're going to get through this. It sucks going through it when you're losing and you're not scoring and things like that, but they always had that belief that we're going to get through this, and this is very rewarding today.
Do you feel like it's coming together at the right time? It seems like you're getting more and more guys healthy.
I hope so. Hopefully we continue to get more guys healthy. A lot of different people now are contributing, and it's going to take everyone. We talk about that in spring training. We talk about it all the time, sometimes after games amongst each other, that it's going to take everyone, and it's certainly been the case.
A big contributor tonight has been Gleyber Torres. What's been the biggest difference for him at the plate?
I'll tell you what, a rough month there in the month of August. I feel like he just really locked in and got real good with his pregame and his work. And he's been getting a ton of big hits, playing great in the field for us, and right in the middle of all this.
You pushed Taillon into the 8th inning. What stood out to you about the way he was throwing tonight?
First batter of the game, home run, and then he just kind of settled in from there against obviously a great lineup over there. He used everything. Used his curveball, used his cutter when he was behind in some counts. His fastball was good. Just a really big effort because we were short down there tonight. We were staying away from some of our guys, so it was huge that he got us that deep in the game.
Fans want to see 61, but Aaron Judge walked 4 times tonight, 4 productive at-bats. How does he remain so disciplined at the plate, Aaron?
It's been great. He knows we're trying to win, and he's at the top of the lineup right now, and his job is to control the strike zone and just stack quality at bats, and he's been able to continue to do that.
I know you're dying to get into that clubhouse. What is going to be your message to the team right now?
I don't know. I'm going to go figure it out.
All right, I'll ask you later. Congratulations, Aaron. Michael, send it back to you.
Well, thank you to Aaron and thank you to Meredith as well. This was the final out, and the Yankees prepare to celebrate as they are AL East champions in 2022, and their quest for their 28th team championship has only just begun. That guy's had a lot to do with it with his 60 home runs. Had 4 walks today, and Aaron Judge goes to Aaron Boone, who celebrates with his coaching staff. They put in a lot of work, that group. That is not easy. So the Yankees win the AL East as they all get together in that dugout, and all the work they put in pays off. And you know what? It's really nice of Vlad Guerrero to let the Yankees celebrate in his house. Congratulations to the Yanks.
Yeah, that definitely has a nice ring to it. What a year it's been so far. We're definitely not done, but this is a great first step into, the ultimate goal, going out there and winning a World Series. And, getting a chance to, clinch the division with this group of guys, this is definitely something special. Every single guy that walks into this room, they check their ego at the door. And I think that's something that's pretty special. You can look around this room, we got MVPs, we got All-Stars, Silver Slugger, winners, and you can never tell. World Series champions in here as well, and you can never tell. Guys just continue to walk in, and just try to figure out what they can do to help this team win. And when you got 26 guys like that pulling on the same rope, good things are going to happen. Just believe in each other. Like I said, you look around this room, we got MVPs, All-Stars, guys that close to winning Cy Young. It's an impressive room and a special room to be in. So I think our confidence and our belief comes in each other. Trusting each other day in and day out. And there's been so many games this year we've been down and out, down 5 runs, and we just look at each other and say, hey, let's pick it up, let's do it. And when you have that type of bond and this, special chemistry, anything's possible. Like I said, we got a lot of bad dudes in this room, and guys that are definitely hungry. So when you got guys in here that are special players and also have that hunger and have that drive, anything's possible.
It feels good. I mean, I think this is step really 2. We want to make the playoffs and then win the division. And this feels really good. And obviously, you can see us celebrating like this. It's not easy when you set a goal in spring training, and then these are steps along the way that you want to hit, and this is one of them. I think just the group of guys. I think the characters. We have a really, really close group that this time of the year you just start getting closer and closer, and we're already really close. So we have a good offense, we have good pitching, we have good defense, and that's usually the formula. Big time. I think you just have a lot of offensively, everyone's just selfless. That we want to help each other out, and we talk the game a lot on the field, off the field, and it just everyone feeds off everyone's energy.
Really proud of the guys. It's the toughest division to win. I think with the Orioles being what they are now, every team's a battle.
You got to pack a lunch, as I like to say, when you're playing these teams. And you know, I think especially at the start, you know, I think probably most people picked a lot of other teams, and you know, we got off to a great start. Obviously, weathered the storm. These guys never really panicked or never lost that underlying confidence that even when we're going through some dark, tough times, that you know, we're going to be able to get through it, and hopefully makes us stronger moving forward. But really proud of this. It's a big deal. We're going to celebrate it tonight and get on with the business of, obviously, we got bigger goals. We want to win a championship. You know, that's our stated goal. But tonight deserves to be celebrated in the gauntlet that is the AL East.
A lot of teams talk about wanting to peak as the postseason approaches. Do you guys feel like you guys are on an upward swing?
I hope so. I mean, we're obviously racking up wins, and we're finding ways to win games, doing it in some different ways. Still got to get some guys going. Hopefully, get more guys back in the mix. And of course, you want to go into that tournament hot and peaking or catching fire. So we'll try and be, you know, try and handle this next, you know, week or so the right way. You know, getting guys rest, but also trying to keep guys sharp, and hopefully getting a few guys back in the mix too.
Ways will this next week be crucial for you guys? How is this good for you?
Well, I mean, you know, you can pick your spots, obviously, where, you know, a lot of these guys have been through the grind of the season. You know, everyone's a little nicked up, you know, but it's more about, you know, getting guys healthy and strong and fresh as can be while also keeping them sharp. So we'll try and strike that balance every day. So it's really nice to get this done today and not have this linger on, and just proud of the group.
And Trevino deals a ground ball in the infield to Gleyber Torres. Throws to first in time. Ball game over. Eastern Division in the American League over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. Well, the New York Yankees have clinched the American League East.
It sounds great. Look, I think a lot of people were picking a lot of other teams before the start, and this hasn't been easy at all. The division is as good as ever, with everyone being really competitive now. You know, for the regular season, we're the best team in the best division. We got bigger things we obviously want to do, but we've taken a lot of punches this year. We survived, and we're going to enjoy this tonight and look forward to getting after our next goal of hopefully going on and winning a championship. You know what? You know, we had some down times, right? Especially in the month of August. But they never got too down, and there was always that underlying confidence that we're going to get through this. It sucks going through it when you're losing and you're not scoring and things like that. But they always had that belief that we're going to get through this, and this is very rewarding today.
Yeah, that definitely has a nice ring to it. You know, what a year it's been so far. We're definitely not done, but this is a great first step into, you know, the ultimate goal, you know, going out there and winning a World Series. And, you know, getting a chance to, you know, clinch the division with this group of guys, this is definitely something special. Every single guy that walks into this room, you know, they check their ego at the door. And I think that's something that's pretty special. You can look around this room, we got MVPs, we got All-Stars, Silver Slugger, you know, winners. And you can never tell. World Series champions in here as well, and you can never tell. Guys just continue to walk in, you know, and just try to figure out what they can do to help this team win. And when you got 26 guys like that pulling on the same rope, you know, good things are going to happen.
Getting ahead of guys, I thought the slider was really good. I thought the slider's been good for the last couple of weeks, which in the middle of the year was kind of causing me problems. We're getting that to a good spot, and then just using all my pitches, not being predictable. Yeah, it feels good. We were fighting to the last day last year, so just to be able to close it up a little early feels good. Let's go.
I think just the group of guys. I think the characters. We have a really, really close group that this time of the year you just start getting closer and closer, and we're already really close. So we have a good offense, we have good pitching, we have good defense, and that's usually the formula.
You see, we are really family. We always stay together. It doesn't matter. We lost so many games after the second half. We always stay together and we never give up. That is the best word. We never give up, and every time when we together, we can show what we can do. So that is the thing right now. Every time when I got opportunity to do my job and help the team, I'm being really focused, and yeah, I just wanna help the team to win, and that is the job.
Yeah, it's great. I think obviously everybody knows the AL East is the biggest division in baseball, and you know, to clinch here today, it's an awesome experience, and hopefully we continue to do good things. It's gonna be my first time pitching the postseason, so for me to be able to be a starter in the postseason, I think it's gonna be great. Like I said, hopefully I can put my little grain of salt in it.
We are enjoying it so much this first time, first time in the big league, first time doing this. I'm glad to be here. Like a dream. I'm living the dream, you know. Yeah, this is what I dreamed in the early of the year. All my life I was dreaming this. We have to keep working, you know.